Normally, the ESPN FC transfer rater, we get Craig Burley to say if he thinks it's going to be a hit or a miss. These five, a lot of them, are pretty much near certainty. So I want to talk about the players going to the clubs, but I want to start off with Zlatan. Jose Mourinho at his press conference today, Craig, said they wouldn't stand in his way, they would help him if he wanted to leave. Nice exclusive ESPN FC yesterday about LA Galaxy. What do you think?
I understand United's stance, and at the time when he picked up that cruciate and it looked like his career might be over, people were saying United were going to throw him on the scrap heap. That's not the way that club does business, not the way most clubs do business. His relationship with Mourinho's good. They've got Sanchez in, they've got Rashford, they've got Martial, they've got Lukaku. Clearly at this stage of his career this could be a big move, so I'm going to put a hit, because we don't know if it's going to happen. It might happen, but I think it would be good for him and I think it would be good for the league. Obviously there seems to be some draw to LA for a lot of players, not many of them going to the cold parts of the country. I understand, but I think that could be good all round. He's still fit enough, I think, and it would be a bit of a statement. Even though he's the wrong side of mid-30s, it still would be a big statement for a big player to come here.
Manchester City have agreed to break their club record transfer fee. They have met the clause in Aymeric Laporte's contract. It's very rare for a club to break their own transfer fee on a player who isn't even an international yet for France.
No, and again, we're just going to go here because it looks like it is going to happen. It's kind of strange turnaround, because Johnny Evans was talked about for a long time, including last summer, and now Pep's gone back he's gone to Spain for a French player. Clearly a good player. Clearly the manager sees something in him. Clearly they need somebody at the back to cover. Vincent Kompany played at the weekend, but we know he's got injury problems.
Yeah, does he even start? That's the thing.
Going to Man City and guaranteeing yourself a start is not in anybody's book, unless you're maybe De Bruyne or David Silva.
Because Stones hasn't been as good as he was.
No, he's in a little period where the sloppiness has come back, and I think this is just a little reminder as well as bulking up the squad.
Aubameyang to Arsenal to team up again with Mkhitaryan. If I'm an Arsenal fan, finally I'm thinking it's about time. We've been linked with players and we'll probably get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, there she is. This could turn out to be a good transfer window for Arsenal, because they get the player out that they knew they were going to lose, and they get potentially two players in. Somebody was asking me today, would he play in the right? Because sometimes he had to play in the right at Dortmund, especially when I think Lewandowski was there. Would that be right?
Yep.
But I'm like, well, hold on. You got to shoehorn in Aubameyang, got to shoehorn in Mkhitaryan, you got to shoehorn in Mesut Ozil. So if you want to put that on top of Lacazette, you've got to have a bloody good midfield and back four. So I don't think they're strong enough. Don't see the point of doing that. Would come in at the expense of Lacazette, probably sitting on the bench, flanked by Ozil and Mkhitaryan. Looks like good business if his disciplinary problems he keeps to a minimal. Yeah. You know how I'm a big stickler on discipline.
Yeah, you never had any.
Make sure you get there on time.
No issues at all.
You were late today.
His career.
Now there's a player that needs to play.
Yeah, and the Newcastle fans thought he was going there, but it looks like he's off to West Brom on loan.
So I'm going to put a hit, but I just don't know where, because Benitez has been moaning, and the Newcastle fans say, this could be all right. Well, some will say, he's injury prone, he's not going to play. He's a quality player, needs to play. As you say, West Brom look like they're potentially coming in. Big win for them at Liverpool at the weekend. They're in big trouble down the bottom. Alan Pardew needs players that have struggled for goals of late, apart from obviously the FA Cup at the weekend. He would give them that on a loan or an incentivised basis. So he's going to go. West Brom, it looks likely.
Finally, before we talk about the Roma goalkeeper maybe on his way, if he doesn't go to Newcastle, Sturridge, when it looked like he might have done, what message does that send out to the Newcastle fans, to Rafa, and that people have not given up hope, but if they can't get their targets, what a mess, both on and off the pitch.
Well, Benitez is never shy to talk about it in the press conferences, so we'll probably hear about that. Newcastle fans just want Ashley out. But Mike Ashley's got his rights, and sorry for digressing, to sell that club for what he thinks is worth.
Sure, of course.
He owns it, and if people don't want to pay the right price, he's not going to sell it. So yeah, it's going to be a frustrating end to the season for Newcastle fans. It might be a worrying one, and if they don't get players in of quality, it could be the championship for them.
Now, this Brazilian's 25 years old, couldn't get a game for Roma last year because of Wojciech Szczesny. Now, he's played in every single World Cup qualifier for Brazil ahead of the Manchester City goalkeeper. He's a good player, and Liverpool need a goalkeeper.
So Szczesny, unwanted at Arsenal, and then he's not he's keeping him out of the team would be a slight worry, but maybe he's got his confidence back. He's obviously playing well. You mentioned that he's playing regular for Brazil, ahead of a very good goalkeeper, and we've seen that at Man City and Ederson. Liverpool's need is bordering on desperation, right? Because Karius and Mignolet ain't good enough. One of them's okay for a backup, but as a mainline goalkeeper, not good enough. There's been talk of one or two others, Kevin Trapp at PSG. It's just whether Klopp does the business now or waits to the end of the season. I don't know. But yeah, people have been talking about him, particularly his recent performances for Roma, which have been excellent. But I tell you what, that Liverpool back four can make you look pretty average.
You know what it's like? It's like a kitchen sink with two big holes. One hole was filled in by Virgil van Dijk, but they've still got another hole. There's no point spending 75 million if you're not going to get a goalkeeper. This kid is good, so I'm a lot commentated on him when he was at Internacional of Porto Alegre. He's decent, but can he get the job done? That's today's Transfer Rater here on ESPNFC.com.